Hey everyone, it's Jamie. So, this is my fifth attempt to make this video, and I keep getting interrupted. That's this sucky thing about recording videos on your phone. I have to get a video or a camera. So, anyway, I'm making a video. I wanted to let everybody know what has been going on, because some of you that is on my Facebook already know and have been asking like thousands of questions. So some of you guys, if you watched my previous video, knew that last week I went to the hospital and was admitted in there. Well, not last night, but the night before. I woke up at like 4 in the morning. I was in excruciating pain. I went in and I just felt like I had to go to the bathroom. My back was hurting on my right side. And so I went to the bathroom. I had urinated straight blood. And I stood up and I had gotten sick. Then I had passed out, smashed my head on the thing that I have like the stand that's in the back of my toilet. I had smashed my head on that. So I went out. I woke up my daughter. I told my daughter that I needed to go to the hospital. We decided to call 911. A squad came, took me to the hospital. I went to a different hospital than I went to last time, because if you guys remember, they were pretty rude to me. I ended up signing myself out and leaving and stuff because they were just so obnoxious. So I went to a different hospital, and this hospital was amazing. Like, this will be the hospital that I use from now on. They were very clean. The doctors and all the nurses were very nice, very helpful. They were just great. And I had gotten there. Obviously, I got to go right back because, I was in when the squad brought me in. And they started an IV right away on me. My heart rate was 154 beats per minute, which is high. And I was running a fever of 103.9. I was, like I said, I was in excruciating pain. I was just crying. Oh my God, the pain is just crazy. So the nurse started an IV on me. The doctor came right in, and they gave me pain medication right away. Then they gave me fluids. She did blood work, and they had me go in and do a urine sample, which again, I had peed straight blood, which I was kind of glad that I had peed the blood at that point so that they could see, like, that I was, bleeding or whatever. I had told her about the kidney stones. I told her I had passed 3 of the kidney stones. I did not know how many more kidney stones I had. So she decided to do an ultrasound at that point because she did blood work. And the blood work had came back that my liver count was high again. She said that wasn't what was concerning her so much, the simple fact that my fever was so high, and she said that my kidney function was bad. She was in fear that my kidneys were in failure, and she could actually feel how swollen the right kidney was. And some people don't realize this, but you actually don't have pain receptors in your kidneys. But when you get like an infection or your kidney swells up, then the muscle around your kidneys is what causes the pain. So, I told her, I was like, when she just like put her hand back there, I just like screamed in pain, like it just hurt so much. So she said that she wanted to do an ultrasound on me and whatever and stuff. So I was like, okay. She did the ultrasound. She did see 2 kidney stones that are stuck up in my ureter. She come back in. She said, your kidneys are completely full of fluid. They are like, the right kidney was measuring like triple what it should be. she's like, I really believe that your right kidney is in complete failure. And she goes, I think your left kidney, the reason that's like filling up with fluid and stuff is because it's trying to overwork for the right kidney. And so she's like, I know you don't want to have a CAT scan done, because I told her I didn't really want to have a CAT scan if I could avoid it, because I just had one a week ago. That's a lot of radiation. And, you know, with my previous history of cancer and stuff, like, I'm just nervous about that type of stuff. So she said, I know you don't really want to have a CAT scan. She goes, but I really think that it's the best option for right now. She goes, I really need to know the exact measurements of these kidney stones. I need to know exactly how far they are up. You know, she goes, an ultrasound only can tell us so much. So they did the CAT scan, and she came in, I want to say like a half hour after that. In the meantime, they were still giving me pain medicine. They actually gave me pain medicine every 30 minutes from the time I walked in to the time I left the hospital. So they were keeping the pain pretty much under control, but it was they give you Dilaudid, and Dilaudid is actually the strongest pain medicine they can give you through an IV, but the problem is they give it to you and it really only lasts about 15-20 minutes. It's, you know, it's a fast acting and strong pain medication, but it doesn't last a real long time. So they were giving that to me every 30 minutes. So sorry about my hair, you guys. I was able to wash my hair, but I actually can't shower yet, and I'll tell you why. So she comes in, she said, I have bad news, hon. She's like, you know, we have to send you to surgery. She said that the kidney stones are lodged up in there, and we just have to send you to surgery. So I was freaking out. I wasn't sure exactly when the surgery was going to take place. So next thing you know, about 15 minutes later, the surgeon came in, and he was a really nice guy, and he come in and he said that he had booked the OR for me for 3:30 in the afternoon, and they would have done it sooner because of how much pain I was in and like how bad my right kidney was, but they wanted to make sure that when you go to surgery or whatever, I mean, they can do it in extreme emergencies, but they try to wait like a certain period of time so they know that you don't have any food and liquids and stuff into your system. So he's like, and you know, being that it was the same day surgery, you know, like he needed to do it that day, and I wasn't already on the schedule. You know, they had to take the operating room when they could get it. So they scheduled me for 3:30. So they took me out of the ER and sent me up to the second floor. And I had a really wonderful nurse up there, and she was great. In the meantime, they hooked up 3 IVs. I had, if you look at my arms and my hands, like I had one there, and I just had one, like I had some here, like you can see like the bruising all over me. And I have one up here. You can see it, like I still have the wristbands and everything on. So anyway, they put 3 IVs in because the one they put in when I first got there, that was up here in my arm. They put that one in for me to have the pain meds and the fluids. Then they put another IV in because they had to run such strong antibiotic, which was Flagyl and Cipro. They were running them, so they had to put the other IV in strictly for the antibiotics. And then they put another one in right before I went into surgery for the medication for the stuff to put me to sleep. So it was like 10 after 3, and they, the nurse had already did all their paperwork and all that they have to do before going into surgery and all that good stuff. They came and got me about 10 after 3, took me down to what they call the holding room, which is, what you go into right before surgery. And the anesthesia guy came over. He was so funny. He come over and I was telling him how I get really nervous going into surgery and stuff, and I told him why. So he's like, well, we will give you medicine, Versed is what they give you. He's like, we will give you Versed before you even go into the operating room, so you won't, so you're relaxed and you're comfortable and you won't be, you probably won't even remember going into the operating room. So I was really grateful for that because I was there by myself, and, didn't want, like, I get really anxious about that, and which I'll tell you guys about that story some other time. But so yeah, um so he gave me the Furston, and I guess I was like trying to video record, and I might show a clip of that, I'm not sure yet, but I was trying to record them giving me the medicine and stuff. But it was already after they gave me the medicine, so I was completely loopy and did not know what was going on. And I had told I was telling the guy some funny stuff, and I had told him that he was cute and everything. It was really funny. It's on video, like I was videoing this whole time. I don't even remember videotaping it. That's like the funny part, and like I was so like out of it and loopy, and my words were like starting to like fall asleep. Like it was so funny. I might put that in here. I'm not sure, but so they get me into the operating room or whatever, and the surgeon was like, "So what are we operating on the foot? We gonna take off the top toe, the big toe?" I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm just kidding." He's like, and he told me what they were gonna do, and like you can see where they marked on my arm. He wrote, I mean, where because the right side is the one that has the kidney stones. So what the surgery was for was they were gonna go in, they were gonna try to remove the kidney stones, and they're gonna put stunts um, up into my ureters, which I don't. It's hard to explain what the stunts is, but they're like these long blue things, and they have like hooks on each side. And basically, what they do is they go up into your ureter, and they leave them in there. They put them in there, and it opens. It keeps your ureters open wide enough so that stuff can come through, like the kidney stones and stuff can come down through, and makes the ureters more open and not so narrow. So they go up through your urethra to do that. And he told me, he said, "You're gonna be in pain. You're gonna be in pain after we do these because they hurt." He goes, "Especially the first 2 days after, because your ureters are trying to open." So I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "But you shouldn't be in the agony pain that you're in right now." So he puts me to sleep or whatever, and while I'm under, they had to cut me on each side. So I have a cut on my right side where my kidney is, and I have a cut on my left side where my left kidney is. And I have 10 stitches in this side. I have 8 stitches in the left side. They had to put shunts in there to drain the fluid off the kidneys. That's how bad the kidneys were. My right kidney was in complete failure. He said he didn't even know if he was going to be able to save it. They did. They think that they've been able to. It's still in there and everything right now. So they went in. They put the stunts in, and they actually did not take out the 2 kidney stones yet because they're lodged up in there so bad that he said that he couldn't even get them out because the ureters are so narrow. So he put the stunts in there on both sides. Both ureters have it. The left one will come out next Tuesday. He's going to take that out. The right one's going to stay in for 3 months, but he's going to put it back in. So on Tuesday, I have to go back into surgery, and they're going to remove the kidney stones. By then, the stunt will have widened the ureter enough for him to go up there and actually take the kidney stones out. So he put the stunt in below the kidney stones, so the kidney stones can't try to come out on their own right now because they're too big, and he said it will be very painful. So he said that he's going to take them out, manually. So he put the stunt underneath it, but it's going to open up the ureters enough where he can get up in there and get the kidney stones out. There's 2 of them lodged up in there. So in the process, because I have such history with cyst in my bladder, cancer cyst in my bladder, he decided that he was going to check out the bladder while he was right in there. And come to find out, there were 2 more cysts in the bladder. Now, let me remind you guys, I just had the cyst removed I just had the cyst removed in October 5th of last year. I had 3 cysts removed, I think it was 3 or 4. And so this time there was 2, and he said one of them was so big that it was about to rupture. So he had to cut my bladder open. There's 22 stitches in my bladder. He had to cut that open. He took the cyst out and put some medicine and stuff into the bladder because I have intercystitis. So he said that today they called me and told me that yes, both of the cysts were rightful of cancer. But he thinks that he got everything out, so I shouldn't need any treatment. But he's going to let me definitely know on Tuesday. He's going to look back into the bladder, make sure nothing is starting to regrow, and, there's no cells or anything in there. So, but yeah, so I was going to stay the night there. So I just, they, had to admit me and whatever, just the night. So I'm home now, and I've been in extreme pain. Once the pain medicine starts to wear off, then I become in agony. I still have a fever. You can tell how red my face is. I really haven't been able to shower. I had help getting my hair washed, because I just have to have my hair washed. I washed up and stuff, but because of the stitches and all the bandaging right now, I cannot get in the shower. And so, yeah, that's what has been happening to me, and I can't even get out of bed. I cannot lay on my right side. The left side isn't hurting as bad. The right side is hurting. I'm still peeing lots and lots of blood. He said that could go on for a couple days. It's just terrible, y'all. It is so bad. It's probably the most painful thing that I've ever been through, and I've done childbirth, and this is probably worse than that. And so now I'm home, though. At least I'm home with the kids, and the kids did really good. They helped me get the house cleaned up, and Dylan made dinner, which was really nice. And yeah, I couldn't eat a whole lot because I'm real nauseous, but they set up this little stand here for me because I can't really move. So, but yeah, and then my other dilemma is, the Kane Brown concert is tomorrow, and I purchased tickets for this, for me and Heather and stuff to go, and now I'm like, great, what am I going to do? I was going to sell the tickets, but because of the way I chose to have them, I just did the mobile site, so they look right up on the Ticketmaster and look at my tickets, but they have to have my credit card there to run my credit card and my ID. So I can't even sell the tickets to somebody else because they have to have my credit card and my ID. So I called Music City Hall and said to them, if I'm not in pain, if I can at least get into a car and get there, is there any way I can just sit and whatever? So they told me if I get there at 6:30, the concert starts at 8. The manager said that he would put a chair right next to the stage for me and I could sit there comfortably because he said he understood, my problem. Whether or not I really go is the next question. I have to see how I feel. I don't know. And I'm also worried about infections because, I'm all cut open. Granted, they're all bandaged, but, there's a lot of people. People are going to be it's going to be sweaty in there, I think. I'm just worried about that. So we will see. We will see how that goes. But yeah, so that's what's happening, y'all. So I will keep you guys updated. Like I said, I go back in for surgery on Tuesday. But that's the story. So I will talk to you guys all for my next video. Alright, bye.